more breaking news coming in the Delhi blast case as the agencies continue to crack down on the Falah University. Big revelation by the Enforcement Directorate. The fake GPA was created in the name of deceased person. It's land purchased by foundations linked to Falah University. Remember, this university is under scanner after accused Dr. Umar, who was the suicide bomber in the Delhi blast case, was apprehended. Since then, the Falah University has been under the radar, and now the Enforcement Directorate has uncovered a major scam in a land deal connected to Falah University. My colleague Pradeep Datta is joining me over the phone line with more details. Yes, Pradeep, do tell us about the exact link between this Falah University and the deal.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Enforcement Directorate has uncovered a major scam in a land deal connected to Falah University. The agency has found that the land at Madanpur, Khadar, that is Khasra number 792, was shown as sold through forged documents and eventually registered in the name of Tarbiya Education Foundation, which is linked to Falah University. What they have found that fake GPA in the name of the deceased person were made, and the GPA belonged to the people who had died between 1972 and 1998. That's more important because, the people who had already died between the year 1972 and 1978. Despite that, the general attorney was dated between 2004. Now, the question arises, if somebody has died between these years 1972 and 98, how come their attorney will be made in the year 2004? So they have found that already they have seized the record, and during the record they have found like one person, Nathu, who had died in 1972, but in 2004, this man had sold a land. That's not possible. So they found that the fake GPA was prepared in the name of Vinod Kumar based on the GPA. Vinod Kumar further sold the land. Even the shares of the deceased person were shown as co-owners and sold off. So that's what actually the ED is right now investigating. Now ED is now proceeding against those who created the fake document, the brokers who arranged the GPA, those who executed the sale deed, and those who benefited from the deal under the charges of money laundering and fraud. So they're going to proceed against all those people. They're trying to find out who are the people who had made these fake forged deeds, and accordingly they will be proceeding against them. So the action will be initiated. That way, it's a very big revelation, and investigations are going to make further more skeletons tumble out of the cupboard, because every day we're seeing the more and more disclosures are coming out as the investigation in this case is proceeding further by different agencies.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pradeep, for joining us with those details. Now shifting our focus to more breaking inputs coming in the Karnataka story. The focus now is on the breakfast meet tomorrow that will take place between Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivakumar. What exactly will be discussed? Exactly what is on your mind, the CM tussle. Now the High Command has pulled their own leaders and said that you need to discuss this issue as the war of words is now haunting and hurting the High Command sitting in Delhi. The Congress High Command has finally intervened to resolve the alleged tussle between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. Both the CM and his deputy have been directed by Congress leadership to hold talks and resolve the differences. Tomorrow is when that key meeting will take place between Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivakumar. The highlight will remain whether or not they will resolve their issues, their differences, and whether Karnataka Chief Minister, as DKS has been asking for the CM throne, will he give up or not? Now, according to sources, Congress High Command took note of the alleged war of words between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar on social media. Both the leaders have been directed by the top leadership to be united. Listen into what the Karnataka Chief Minister said while confirming this news.
ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ನನಗೂ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ನೀವಿಬ್ಬರು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವನಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದರೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವರು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗಲೂ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾಳೆನೂ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾವಿಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವರು ಅನೇಕ ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಅನೇಕ ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನ ನೇತೃತ್ವದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಲಿ. ಈ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಆ ದೀಪ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ ಬೆಳಗಲಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶೇಷ.
Now, my colleague who has been tracking this story since day one is joining me with more details. Deepak Bopanna, over to you.
Unfortunately for the people, this is all that we get at the end of the day, because people here, of course, have been demanding optimum governance. That's the reason here Karnataka gave them a mandate. That was something that they needed to ensure happens. But unfortunately here, for MLAs becoming ministers, board chairmen, for leaders, of course, their own aspirations has come before that. But of course, you also have to feel for some of these leaders who've been toiling all of these years to get to that top post. But unfortunately, yes, governance, because of all of this, takes a back seat, and that needs to get back on track. And tomorrow there is going to be definitely, like you said, in all possibility, a photo op moment. There is going to be the shake of hands if they do actually land up meeting. Things are so dynamic and fluid that things can change in a matter of a few hours here. But now what I've been told is that directions have clearly come in that what has happened over the last several days, some of the comments have been unnecessary, unwarranted, because Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge had clearly said that there is going to be discussions that will be held with the High Command, and nobody needs to be in any sort of haste and should not really be making any sort of comments. But despite that, it seems like things were just moving at a pace that the High Command couldn't control. And especially you were just mentioning about the social media posts. That was something that didn't go down too well at all. When Mr. D.K. Shivakumar made that statement that, word is world power. And then, we had a social media post from Mr. Siddaramaiah going on to say that, word is just not a slogan. It's the assurance that we give to the people, trying to talk two different things and indirectly take pot shots at each other. That really showed the differences that there is between the two leaders. This is something that came to the notice of the High Command, and this has also been brought up during the conversation, is what I've been told. Tomorrow when they do meet, what will be the conversation? We'll of course probably try to get hold of some of the information, at least if not all of it, from that closed door conversation. But post that meeting, when the High Command actually calls them to Delhi, and the decision that they're going to take and the blowback that decision was going to have in Karnataka, can the top brass manage that? That is going to be the bigger question.
But the rift between Karnataka Chief Minister and his deputy have been out in the open, has exposed one thing in the Congress party. The communication is lacking. Where it is lacking and who is responsible? Listen into former Karnataka Chief Minister blaming the Congress High Command for the power tussle in Karnataka.
You have put the onus on the High Command. We just heard your soundbite a moment ago on the agencies where you've said that the central leadership should take responsibility for this, for what's happening in Karnataka right now, sir.
Yeah, very much so. The party has been very strong here. The people have given a massive mandate for the Congress party to rule and govern, give a strong government. And there is political stability within the government, and that stability will have to be maintained. That is what the electorate wants, people of Karnataka wants. We owe a responsibility to the Congress party as such, owes a responsibility to the entire electorate. If there is some understanding, which has been arrived, I think there should be smooth transition. And this kind of a confusion, and all matadishas and the caste leaders rallying around, and they're telling that if A is not made chief minister, then the entire caste will go against. This kind of a blackmailing from outside is not necessary. It is absolutely an internal matter. I think the High Command will have to step in immediately, stop this kind of an anarchy, stop this kind of a lobbying by outside forces, not inside the Congress, outside forces, and tell all the leaders, whoever, the concerned stakeholders, that not to canvass or lobby like this. And if they have faith in High Command, they will have to wait and wait for the decision of the High Command. And the High Command also should step in immediately, and that is their duty to halt these most disastrous events which are taking place here. So it is an internal matter. As such, it has to be internally, silently dealt by our leaders.
Mr. Moily, why do you think Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi have not stepped in so far and ended this very public feud between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar? Why have they not done it so far, sir?
If they are not done it so far, they should at least act now. And first stop this confusion, taking these issues to the public, taking these issues to the mutts, taking these issues to the caste leaders. Congress has been the most secular, remained as the secular party at least in Karnataka, and all over the country, and that is the strength of the party. And if we break this kind of a fort of secularism in Karnataka, and it will affect the entire politics of Congress party all over the country. Now the caste leaders, the communal politics is bad, whereas the caste politics is worst. I don't think that the caste should prevail here to decide who should be the CM, who is not to be the CM.
And now let's take a look at why DK Shivakumar is so significant in Karnataka. From a Vocaliga youth leader to an organizational powerhouse, his rise has been defined by sheer grit, unwavering ground to connect, and an instinct for getting things done when others hesitate. A troubleshooter, a loyalist, and a leader whose influence inside the Congress only continues to grow. Take a look at our report.
Doddalahalli Kempegowda Shivakumar, aka DKS. He is not just a politician. He is a strategist, a troubleshooter, and the Congress's most dependable crisis manager in the South. From a Vocaliga youth leader in the 1980s to the Congress's organizational powerhouse in the 2020s. DK's rise has been marked by grit, ground connect, and a reputation for getting things done when others hesitate. Born in 1962 in Kanakapura, DKS entered politics through the NSUI, quickly climbing the Youth Congress ladder. He won his first assembly election in 1989, beginning a streak that cemented him as the strongman of the Kanakapura belt. Even in his 20s, Congress leaders noted his unusual organizational instinct, the ability to gather cadres, plan logistics, and execute operations with precision. His reputation grew not just because he won elections, but because he won wars behind the scenes. During the 2002 Rajya Sabha crisis, Congress MLAs were housed at his resort, ensuring that the numbers didn't slip. In the 2017 Gujarat Rajya Sabha election, when Congress stalwart Ahmed Patel was at the brink of defeat, the Congress turned to one man. DK Shivakumar shielded the MLAs, delivering Ahmed Patel's victory in a closely fought battle. Traditionally dominated by the JDS, the Vocaliga landscape shifted as DKS consolidated influence in Ramnagara, Kanakapura and Bengaluru rural. He built a loyal cadre network and established himself as the community's most determined political claimant since SM Krishna. His growing clout made him indispensable in Karnataka politics. DKS has faced multiple investigations and even served jail time during money laundering probes, yet his political capital has only grown. His resilience deepened his image as a fighter who doesn't bend. Appointed as KPCC president in 2020, DKS executed one of the most aggressive political rebuilds in the state. Under his leadership, the Congress revived its booth-level machinery, reclaimed lost ground in rural districts, and created a unified election structure with Siddaramaiah despite the rivalry. This groundwork was central to the Congress's thumping 2023 Assembly victory. Now DKS continues to position himself as the future Chief Minister. His ambition is open, unapologetic, and persistent. Bureau Report, NDTV.
Battle of power between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar has also triggered a caste war. Take a look at this report.
The battle for the Karnataka Chief Minister's chair has taken a more explosive turn. A meeting of senior ministers, including Satish Jarkiholi and G. Parameshwara, was held at Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's home on Thursday. The core agenda of this meeting was to counter the fast-growing narrative of a Vokkaliga Chief Minister. This after a top Vokkaliga seer publicly praised DK Shivakumar's loyalty and service.
ಈಗ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಕಳೆದ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮವರೊಬ್ಬರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಟ್ಟು ನಿಂತು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಸುಮಾರು 2.5 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಂಬ ಆಶಾಭಾವನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಆಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಆಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗದರೆ ಹೋದದ್ದೇ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಸರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಭಕ್ತರುಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸರ್ವವಿದಿತ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು. ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಗೊಂದಲಗಳು ಏನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿದಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ನಾಡಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟಂಥ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಷೇಮಕರವಾದ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಏನಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವರು 2.5 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ನಮಗೂ ಇತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು.
Siddaramaiah's camp believes this has intensified the storyline of a dominant community being denied its turn at leadership. And this has recast Karnataka's political landscape into a Vokkaliga versus Ahinda battleground. Ahinda, Siddaramaiah's core base of minorities, backward classes and Dalits, has consistently backed him, giving him a pan-southern mass appeal that the Congress is reluctant to lose. Meanwhile, DK Shivakumar, a powerful Vokkaliga leader, is credited with shifting a large share of that community's votes from the JDS to the Congress in 2023. Shivakumar's camp insists there was a power-sharing understanding that Siddaramaiah would step down at the halfway mark. The deadline passed last week, triggering renewed pressure. At Thursday's meeting, Siddaramaiah's loyalists expressed serious concern over Shivakumar's political maneuvers. The group resolved to flag multiple issues to the Congress High Command, including provocative statements from DK's supporters, leaders camping in Delhi, and most controversially, DK Shivakumar's visit to a Bengaluru prison to meet 2 Congress MLAs, including Vinay Kulkarni, arrested in 2016 murder case. Sources also tell NDTV that Siddaramaiah's team is ready to fly to Delhi if the Congress High Command appears to tilt towards Shivakumar. The Siddu-DKS rivalry has split the Congress down the middle and triggered Karnataka's sharpest caste polarization in years. With Deepak Bopanna in Bengaluru, NDTV Bureau Report.
Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan has accused Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir of running the country as a tyrannical dictator and called his tenure unprecedentedly oppressive. Earlier this month, now he also claimed that the constitution and rule of law had been replaced by what he termed rule of Asim law. Over the last few days, unsubstantiated reports claiming the former Pakistani PM has died in jail have surfaced. His sisters have alleged that they were assaulted when they sought a meeting with their brother, adding they haven't seen Khan in 3 weeks. Take a look at this report.
What began as a political clash between jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan and the country's most powerful army chief, Asim Munir, has exploded into a full-blown confrontation with far-reaching implications. Tensions are at an all-time high. The Khan sister accused the Munir army of brutal assault while protesting outside the Ajala prison. demanding to meet the former Pakistan Prime Minister, Imran Khan. They even warn, touch a hair on Imran's head and consequences will be severe.
ये जो गवर्नमेंट के जराए हैं, ये मैं आपको एक चीज बता दूं जी, इनकी किसी की जुर्रत नहीं है कि इमरान का एक बाल को भी हाथ लगा सके। ये हाथ लगा के देखें और देखें उसके बाद ये कोई बचता है कि नहीं बचता।
नहीं तो आखिरकार उनके खिलाफ साजिश कौन कर रहा है? उनके खिलाफ साजिश कौन कर रहा है?
साजिश क्या है? उनको जेल में क्यों डाला हुआ है? क्योंकि 85% पाकिस्तान उनके साथ खड़ा है और ये साजिश इमरान खान के खिलाफ नहीं, ये तो अपने लोगों के खिलाफ है।
Imran Khan, once the country's most charismatic leader, has been in jail since 2023 on a string of cases. From behind bars, he has repeatedly accused Asim Munir of running the country as his own fiefdom. In his last social media post earlier this month, Khan delivered a blistering attack, calling Munir the most oppressive dictator in Pakistan's history and labeling him mentally unstable. He even claimed under Munir, the rule of law has been replaced by a system he calls Asim law. Imran Khan and his family further alleged severe mistreatment, accusing the military and prison authorities of denying basic rights, blocking visits and using psychological pressure.
अदालती अहकामात होने के बावजूद बार बार जो है वहाँ चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ पाकिस्तान को कॉल करने के बावजूद, वहाँ इस्लामाबाद हाई कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस से मिलने के बावजूद, वज़ीर-ए-आज़म को बताने के बावजूद, कौमी असम्बली से करारदाद पास करने के बावजूद, सूबाई असम्बली से करारदाद पास करने के बावजूद भी एक सूबे के चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव को उसके लीडर, उसके कायद जनाब इमरान खान साहब से मिलने नहीं दिया जा रहा था। और मेरा ये तमाम तर जो लवाजमात थे, जो आईनी और कानूनी रास्ते थे, जो ये ऑप्शंस थे, ये इसलिए मैं कर रहा था कि मैं दुनिया को दिखाऊं कि पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ का हमेशा से एहतजाज जो है वो आखिरी ऑप्शन रहा है, पुरअमन एहतजाज।
On the other side is Asim Munir, a field marshal with sweeping powers, legal immunity and the entire military under his control. With Khan's party leading protests demanding transparency about his health and treatment inside the prison and mounting public anger, this conflict is no longer just political. It's personal, existential, threatening to destabilize Pakistan's already fragile democracy. How this showdown unfolds could define Pakistan's future for years to come. With Disha Bakshi, your report, NDTV.